Hello everybody and welcome to the Daily Review, episode number 246 for Thursday, November 12th, 2009. And the film I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today is the latest from writer-director Richard Kelly called The Box. Writer-director Richard Kelly has also done the cult classic Donnie Darko, as well as the very mixed opinion Southland Tales, which I'm going to get into that in a second as well. The Box stars Cameron Diaz, James Marsden, and Frank Langella. And the film is basically about this married couple. The film's set in 1976 in Virginia, and they get this box dropped off on their doorstep. Frank Langella, a very creepy Arlington steward with about half of his face burnt off, comes to the couple and explains to them, if you push the button on this box, two things will happen. One, someone somewhere in the world who you don't know will die, and two, you will receive a payment of $1 million, and you have 24 hours to decide. So, of course, being the greedy America that we are, Cameron Diaz pushes the button. He gives them $1 million, and some crazy stuff starts to happen following that. I think that The Box is an interesting premise, and I mean, it's based off of a short story called Button Button. It's also been done as a Twilight Zone episode, and I think that moral dilemma is very clever because I think there's a lot of stuff that it says about that, and I think Richard Kelly touches on it very briefly in The Box. However, I feel like the film, The Box, is a very mixed bag for me. There are some moments which I quite loved and enjoyed a lot, and there's some other stuff that I absolutely despise about this film. Right off the bat, I think Richard Kelly is an interesting director, and I think whether or not you like him, I think he's interesting. And I read a review about The Box, which basically said that Richard Kelly is his own worst enemy behind the camera. And I think that's very true, because I feel like a lot of times he has these crazy, grandiose ideas that never fully come together, and that's kind of how I feel about The Box. There are some moments in this film and scenes in general that I think are so well done and so creepy and almost scary, scarier than most horror films that you're going to see, I think. It has a very David Lynch-like quality. There's a scene kind of in the middle where this girl goes back to her motel, and as she's walking down the aisle in the motel, people from all the other rooms keep popping out and they just stare at her. It's very creepy and very strange and weird. There's another moment in this film where James Marsden and Cameron Diaz go to a wedding rehearsal dinner, and they pick out a prize, and inside the prize is just a photograph of Frank Langella, which is creepy enough. And then James Marsden looks up and there's a waiter that's just staring at him the whole time. Very creepy stuff. My problem with The Box is that I think it gets too intelligent for its own good, and it starts to expand these ideas, and it doesn't really explain anything. For the people that have seen it, there's a moment in the film when they're at a library, and it gets to the point where there's a woman explaining to James Marsden that he has to pass through one of these three gateways, which are basically like pillars of water, and he asks, what happens if I pass through the right one? And she goes, well, the wrong two will give you eternal damnation. And it's never really explained who this woman really is, aside from the fact that I believe she's Arlington Steward's wife. I could be totally wrong about that. I think I am. But nothing is really explained about that. I don't even think that really matters. But I think that Richard Kelly has these ideas, and they're so big, and they're too big for him to tackle. And I think that was the problem most people have with Southland Tales, is that it's such a strange film, and it tackles these huge ideas with time travel and things that don't quite make sense. But I actually prefer Southland Tales to The Box, because I feel like the strangeness to that film kind of works. And I feel like by the end of The Box, I really want some sort of an explanation or some sort of reason as to why these things are happening, why there are all these people herded like cattle going to Boston, why there is a swimming pool that is coming up, why. I need something tangible. I can't let it all just be obscure and up to my interpretation. I need something tangible, Richard Kelly. But that being said, I think there are some moments in The Box that are quite good. and I think it's interesting to talk about and discuss, especially if you see this with friends. So I'm giving the box a 3 out of 5. Maybe it's a reluctant 3 out of 5, but it's a 3 out of 5 nonetheless. Take with that what you will. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow with another one for you.